Okay, welcome back to S4G. It is what it is, opinion show. Now, if you're not familiar with the channel, you know I speak that truth, right? All right, here we go. Now, we got TAXSTONE and Uncle Murder. Now, I spoke on TAXSTONE and Uncle Murder a little minute ago. You know what I mean, about their situation or whatever. Now, TAXSTONE responds to Uncle Murder's diss. Now, from the rip, first thing came to me was, I don't see why somebody would want to diss somebody while they locked up. You know how that makes you look in the first place. Why you didn't take that shot at him while he was out? Why didn't you say all this while he was out? You know what I mean? That's definitely not a good look. But then on top of that, okay, you know what I mean? You say what you say about him in your rap. You understand what I'm saying? Now, TAXSTONE response is crazy. It's really crazy that his response sound more down to earth, sounds more like logic. You know what I mean? He went on to running down like how, you know, him and the boy was cool. Him and Uncle Murder was cool. You know what I mean? Which does make sense because Uncle Murder was on his podcast. You know what I mean? A while back, he was on his podcast. Music playing and everything. They was going back and forth, so it's like, what the heck? But come to find out, I mentioned this before, but TAXSTONE said this in his interview too. He brought it up again. He said, how they fell apart kind of was because of, obviously, is because of the game, you know what I mean, and WACK 100 in them, you know what I mean, and when the game did that video, you know what I'm saying, coming at me, and, you know, Uncle Murder got in the video and all that, you understand what I'm saying, and he looked at that like, what's up with that, dog? You co-signing somebody, you know what I mean? But in all reality, it sounds like also, and it looks like also, correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I mean? Because the way TAXSTONE ran it down, he was like how Uncle Murder, he said, you know, when he responded to Uncle Murder, he said Uncle Murder really ain't got no buzz like that for real. He got he got a buzz, but he's really not on top. He's really not popping like that for real. You know what I mean? Like he's really not that, you know what I mean? Like he don't have no music out there, which is true, because like who is really checking for Uncle Murder like that, man? It's the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking. He's somebody, his name pops up. He's somebody that's like, you know, better keep your eye on him because, you know what I'm saying, you know, when you hear his name, you know what I mean, you can see he's linked with this person or he got tracks with this person, you know what I mean? So or if not that, his name has some type of recognition on the music tip. And I'm not taking that away from him, but I don't know no hits myself personally right now. Instead of searching for it, I don't know no hits that I say, you know what I mean, or I got to grab an Uncle Murder track. Now, don't get me wrong, with New York maybe, but then TAXSTONE from New York, he even said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, he went on to say that Uncle Murder used mad skills, took from mad skills. You know what I mean? Took from a mad skills track. You know what I mean? It was taken for people's music. You know what I mean? To you know, get attention on itself. You know what I'm saying? And we know a lot of artists do that. A lot of artists either recreate or take from another vibe. Not everybody can be a trendsetter and come out and drop their own thing, their own style, their own genre of music, their own flow. You know what I mean? So that's been going on for a minute. Reincarnating music or however you want to put it. Me, myself, I like to be original. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it can be a catchy hook, or I really rather it wouldn't be a hook, but in a verse. You know what I'm saying? If you might say something that somebody else said, one of the great artists, legends has said, and you flip it in your verse, but some people go too far. And it's like they saying their verse and then go back to their verse. So, with that being said, but yeah, he said he took from Mad Skills music. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy, like how the fact that everything TAXSTONE was saying in jail about the boy, it just made so much sense. Then on top of that, went on to say, it's crazy. This is really crazy, man. Like, you know, the cops you know what I mean, get all the help in the world from this. That's why I make sure I'm not on here to incriminate nobody. I'm only speaking opinions on stuff that I've heard, seen online, you know what I mean, hot topics and all that, of course, you know what I'm saying, that's being debated, spoke on, and I give the truth of opinion, you know what I mean, of it all. But I'm not here to incriminate nobody. I don't want to see nobody in jail, nobody dead, none of that crap. Shot, killed, whatever, beat down. You know what I mean? Everybody knows I glorify and represent the truth and non-violence. All right? But with that being said, TAXSTONE went on to say, in the midst of everything, that WACK 100 people got Biggie killed. Yo, are you serious? Are you serious? And you know what that does? They're already saying that about Puff. From Suge Knight to Puff, pulling Snoop in there. You know what I mean? So it's like, it ain't too much pulling Snoop in there, because Snoop was like one of the last people with Pac before he got killed, and how him and Pac had differences. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk more on that too. Because I always love Snoop as an artist. You know what I mean? I like all these people's entertainers, but truth is truth. You know what I mean? Can't blame me. Can't get mad at me. Truth always comes to the light. You know what I mean? With that being said, you know, he went on to say that WACK 100 people got, you know, Biggie killed. But then, you know what makes so much sense is that one of the main people that they said killed Biggie, they said he used to be a cop. Then they say WACK 100 used to be a cop, or still is. Then the boy had on a red suit, like he represented the Bloods, and WACK 100 of them is Bloods. Yo, it is what it is, man. Like, it's like everything coming together. It's like, it goes to show what they did with Pac and Biggie and all that. Well, matter of fact, excuse me, the person I'm talking about, the undercover cop and all that, was involved with Tupac. Let me get that correct. Was involved with Tupac. Everybody just said about the boy wearing the red suit and he used to be a cop. Excuse me. But in that same token, you know what I mean? I've also heard that both murders were related. Both murders were related. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they were done by the same person. You know what I mean? You know, there's multiple stories about that. So I want to make sure that that's corrected, make sure that that's put out there right, what I'm actually saying. Because I heard the same thing, that the same boy killed both of them. You know what I mean? Same connection. You understand what I'm saying? And when you look at it, not jumping conversations, but if you look at it, even though Pac and Biggie went through stuff, Pac used to always say in his interviews, it's not about two dudes. I mean, it's not about no East Coast, West Coast and all that. It's just two dudes having differences and they trying to make it to this big thing. You know what I mean? And then Pac had beef with the cops, shooting at an undercover cop and all that, because he didn't know it was a cop, because when the cop approached himself, you know what I mean? So they had beef with him anyway, so it made sense that he went through something with somebody that used to be a cop. He could have been related to the boy that he shot at that was undercover. You never know. Or could have been that undercover. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But then, the way Tupac and Biggie was, you know, when they was going through it, you could tell Biggie really didn't want to go through it with Tupac, and Tupac didn't really want to go through it with Biggie, because they would always say something nice about each other in the midst of it. That was my homie like that. He was this like that. He was that like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he taught me this. He taught me that. So I can see Puff looking at, oh, soon you're going to break on me, Biggie. You're going to break on me. And I can't have that. Not making fun of it. God bless, you know, Biggie Smalls' family and all that. God bless Tupac family and all that. May they rest in peace. I'm just saying the truth, man. It's like you can put it all together. You know what I mean? And it's sad that this happened to these brothers. Then there's people out here, they saying they did it. You know what I mean? Justice wasn't even served. Like I said, I don't approve nobody going to jail or nothing like that. But at the same time, I don't approve of somebody being, you know, life being took. And that's lame. They legends that could have been here today. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, it's just corny pair. But see, God sees and knows all. And I believe that's where all this truth is coming out. You can't get away from the truth. And Jesus proved that. You cannot bury the truth. That's why they tried to bury Jesus. But the truth rose. All right, but yeah, but as far as WACK 100, okay, and what TAXSTONE said about it, that was crazy how he came right out of the blue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like since y'all want to go there, he must have, basically heard that WACK 100 was talking about him like that. So let me get him, hit him with that too. But it sounded like it just went together like 1, 2, 3. Wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, like I said, everything that TAXSTONE was saying just sounds so, everything was easy to put together like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? It made so much sense. And at the same time, you also got to watch yourself being in jail doing all this, because they looking for any little thing you can say to make anything even worse on you in jail. You know what I mean? And some cats that look at that as ratting in jail. Also, don't get me wrong. Something he was saying about WACK 100 and all that stuff about being connected with this and that. You talking about people being connected with murders from prison? And then next minute you'll have a visit and those detectives slide that door open. Yeah, we heard your video talking about the murder of, you know what I mean, Biggie and them. You want to talk about that? Probably can help you get out a little sooner. If you give us some prime evidence. It's crazy, man. It is really crazy. Just facts I'm speaking, y'all. Just facts I'm speaking. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think overall everything, what I feel like overall everything, is that, if anything more, I think that Uncle Murder throwing the shots at TAXSTONE while he locked up and everything, I think that was more publicity, again, to help his career, to push his career. Seeing everybody having differences over the internet, okay, that's the way to go, that's the way to do it. Let me see who I can take a shot at. Why not somebody in jail? You know what I mean? Why not somebody in jail? And it is what it is. Today, tomorrow, I don't wish it on nobody, but you never know what can happen. You get up in jail, and now you face to face with that brother. So it is what it is, man. Like, it's not about picking no battles or choosing no battles, but at the same time, come on, man. This is somebody that's in jail. When you had plenty of time to do it while they was on the street. I don't condone that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that's that man. I'm speaking my opinion. You know what I mean? As far as TAXSTONE, like I said, he got to be careful what he talking about through them lines, but I'm not going to lie. The stuff that he was talking about sound genuine. I'm not going to say that, okay, stuff that, like I said, the stuff that I'm not, I'm not lecturing WACK 100 on what he said or nothing in his rap. Not saying if it was true or ain't true, but at the same time, because he knows and TAXSTONE knows, but at the same time, all I said was, why would you wait till he went to jail to do it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Why would you wait for somebody to go to jail to do it when you had plenty of time to say that while they was on the street? It is what it is. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Y'all know what I do. I speak the truth, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Y'all let me know any more topics. Other than that, like I said, I'm coming back with more. It's a lot of behind the scenes I'm working with. I'm handling my music. Part 2, Death the Devil music. I got crazy videos coming up. I got crazy features, all that. You know what I mean? A lot coming up. I'm in more movies that's supposed to drop. Check out the movie with me and Gilly, Gilly the Kid and Ben Raines movie that I'm in. I play a funeral scene in Blood Brother. It's a lot going on, y'all. So, you know what I mean? And Broad Street Bully is dropping next. It's the next movie I'm in. And I'm in the soundtrack of a movie coming out with Floyd Mayweather and all that, but I can't talk about that. But I gave you a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? One of my tracks is in it. And they say they're going to shoot a video for me in the boxing room. Coming up, I'm going to let y'all know about all this. Y'all going to see, matter of fact. Other than just letting y'all know, my true fans and everybody, that I'm working and I ain't playing no games. I'm about to go on this roller coaster with this music. Y'all know how I do. I ain't never falling off or none of that crap. Staying on board is what I'm saying. I'm focused. But let me know what topic y'all want me to speak on. How y'all feel about that Uncle Murder situation. All that. from down to Biggie involved, death and all that and everything. Let me know how y'all feel, and I'll be right back at y'all. Let me know any other topics y'all want me to speak on. You already know what it is. Free Meek Mill, make the hood rich, baby.